A very good afternoon to you, everybody. It's 2 o'clock, it's Thursday, and it's time for Quarantine Choir. Thank you so much for joining me. As I always say, whether you're here live, whether you're watching later on Catch Up, you are all welcome. This is a choir for everybody. A couple of things to just let you know about. So first of all, today is Quarantine Chorus. And as you know, once a week, we have a look at something a little bit more classical, a little bit more, I suppose, serious and choral. And today is something very, very special indeed. Something a bit more associated with cathedral choir singing, with church choir singing, than with big choral society works. Today is a piece called "I Sat Down Under His Shadow" by the Australian composer Edward Bairstow. Now, if you don't know the piece, it's quite short, it's only 3 pages, but it is in soprano, alto, tenor, bass, and there's 2 parts for the bass. So we're going to devote the entire half hour to this piece today. So we're not going to have a nice big sort of swaying along sing-song. This one is for the choral connoisseur, if you like. Now, tomorrow at 2 o'clock, we'll be back with a more regular Quarantine Choir programme. We're going to learn a great piece of Gershwin, as recommended by our dear friend Heather. And we're also going to sing a couple of those music hall songs that we love so much. So a good sort of rousing sing-along for Friday to lead us into the weekend. But today is all about the Bairstow. So if you don't have a score yet, please go and get it. Now I'm going to shrink myself up for the remainder of the rehearsal. I'm going to go up here. Oh, there we go. Because the main part of today is the score down here. You can get your own score. It's a free score. It's public domain. You can go and grab that. If you want to freeze the stream, just press pause, download your score, print it out, do whatever you need to do, come back with that, then you can sing along with me. I think what I'll do while we warm up though is I'll bring myself out here like this, and and we'll get warmed up. Now, those of you who are in the Larks, remember we have our first rehearsal this evening. And this is very exciting. First time we've had a Larks rehearsal since March. And actually, no, since... Is it March? Yes, it's March. And our first full online rehearsal. So really looking forward to seeing everybody for that. If you're interested in coming along and being part of that, you can join. You can go to our website and I'll send you a pack and you can join. That is a paid subscription, but I send you all the music as PDFs and so on. It's a really nice, varied program. So everybody, let's have a look at this lovely piece of Bairstow. We'll do a warm-up first, as we always do. And then we'll get into it. And I'd be really interested. I know Simon knows it. I know Heather knows it, but I'd be interested to hear just how many of you out there know this piece. It isn't as anywhere near as well known as your Mozart Requiem or your Vivaldi Gloria, but it is absolutely sublime. Really, really beautiful. Well, let's get warmed up first, as I say. And we'll start with a hum. And basses, I need you to kind of preserve your low notes, all right? Because you're going to need that note very shortly, okay? Second basses in particular. So I'm going to take you up to a C today, basses, and I'm going to say stop because I want you to keep your lower register nice and rich. But we'll start, everybody, on a C there for the basses and tenors, there for the altos and sopranos. Nice deep breath, everybody, and let's hum. And... still humming. Now ooh. Ooh. Off for orange. Oh. Still oh. Oh. F for egg. Still air. And after me, please. Ma, ma, ma. And my turn. Ya, ya, ya. Very nice. Me, me, me. Okay, basses and altos, drop down the octave because that's a C. That's as high as I want you to go. Okay, everybody else, after me. Ma, ma, ma. My turn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Li, li, li. Caw, caw, caw. Lovely. Okay, and we'll just drop down a tone. We'll sing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everybody. So that was a top G for sopranos and for tenors, because you will need that note. Now, if it does go too high and you just need to sing falsetto or even just miss the note out, that's not a problem. And one of the nice things about this, of course, as with all these online choirs, is you can sing any part you like. You can jump around between them, drop down octaves, or just stop singing and enjoy the sound, and that's entirely up to you. All right, everyone. So we will start with sopranos. Then altos, then tenors, then basses last of all. I would love everybody, please, though, to sing along and get to know all the parts, because it is really useful when you're in a choir to know, in the same way when you're in a play, if you're ever on stage, you need to know everybody's lines, not just your own. I once was working with an actor once who came in and he said, I've learnt it. I learnt it in an evening. It's like, brilliant, fantastic. And of course he knew his own lines, but he didn't know when his cues were. So it's the same here. If you know what the other parts are doing, you can anticipate, and that'll make you even more confident. Okay, now, so we're going to start with the soprano part. Please remember, you have a score available for this. It's in the description. It is free. It's on the wonderful CPDL, the Choral Public Domain Library, and we're very grateful to them for letting us have this score. So we start off with sopranos, and before we do, just everybody, for those who are still learning to read music, it's a little bit of music theory. We can see here we've got andante sostenuto senza rigore. Andante. Andante is not how you cook your pasta. Andante is walking pace. Sostenuto, sustained sound. So that means we sing through the notes. We keep them nice and long. Senza, without rigore. Not too rigorous. Not too not too aggressive, I think. We then have here 6/8 marked here in the time signature, so that means that's a pulse of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and the other thing to note here is the dynamic marking. Okay, here in the score we can see PP, which is very quiet, pianissimo. Okay, now it's quite low for sopranos to begin with. We sing from the beginning, and we sing, I sat down, sat down. Okay, first line is not too difficult, but you do need to make sure you've taken a nice deep breath and you're forming that sound beautifully. So we get an I sat down. Okay, so let's all sing that, whatever octave suits us. That is your pitch, though, sopranos. It's not there, it's down here with me. Okay, so all of us, please, and I sat down, sat down. Excellent. Okay, so yes, you note that first down is worth a lot of beats. 6/8 is usually broken up into 2, 1 and 2, and so down is actually a long count of 5. All right. So then from there, when we're on this line here, sat down, we sing under his shadow with great delight. Okay. So we're going to sing together, and it goes like this. From bar 6, it goes under his shadow with great delight. Okay, let's sing that together. And under his shadow with great delight. Great stuff. Well done, sopranos. And just when you sing great delight, and I'll say this to everybody, make sure you enjoy the L. Great delight. And stretch it out so it's nice and sinuous. And then we take the volume down. Notice here, it's pianissimo. Very quiet. We sing with great delight. And with great delight. Great. Now, great. Now, do note, please, when you sing down the scale like that, da, 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 it's very easy to go flat, and that's a really tricky bit there for you sopranos because it's quite low. Smiling really helps. So, with great delight. Okay, so you've been growling around very much at the bottom of your register for a while. We now go up to a top D, and we sing, and it's at that octave, though I'm going to sing the octave below because I can't quite sing up there. And we sing, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. I need to take a bigger breath. I was worried about scrolling. And his fruit was sweet to my taste. And taste is another 5 long beats. So let's take a huge breath, everybody. And we'll sing that soprano line in octaves. Nice deep breath. And 1. And his fruit was sweet to my taste. Excellent. What might help there is you can breathe after sweet or 2 or mine, just before taste. Try not to breathe in the middle of that long note if you can help it. If it does help, you can get quieter through that, so you don't need to belt it. You can reserve your air and then sing out. So, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. We then sing, he brought me, sing that for me, and 1, he brought me. Excellent. We then sing, he brought me to the banqueting house. Okay, he brought me starts on a B, and it's, he brought me to the banqueting house. Excellent. Let's go back and sing, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. He brought me. Let's just sing, he brought me. This first one here. He brought me. Ready? And 1. He brought me. He brought me to the banqueting house. Excellent. Then from that note we sing, and his banner over me. Okay, with me, and his banner over me. Now I know that's high, but look at the dynamic. It's forte. Okay, open your mouth nice and wide. His banner over me. Okay, you get a really nice big sound. I've just seen I'm disappearing off the top of the screen, so I'm just going to bring myself down a little bit, just so the top of my head isn't disappearing off quite as much, and we'll make the score slightly smaller. Not that I'm more important than the music, but you know, it's nice that you don't see the top of my head disappear off the screen. Okay, so and his banner over me. Let's go from he brought me. He brought me. Ready? And 1. He brought me. He brought me to the banqueting house, and his banner over me. Excellent. We then carry on straight away, but after scroll, we sing, his banner over me was love. So his banner, and his banner over me was love. Was love. And you can see here that last note is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 beats. So you won't be able to sing that all in one breath. Stagger the breathing, fade your voice out and fade it back in. Okay, let's go back to he brought me. All right, this is where things get slightly more animated. He brought to the end. Here we go, stops. And 1. He brought me. He brought me to the banqueting house, and his banner over me. His banner over me was love. Was love. and you hold that for a very, very long time. And that'll make a lot more sense when we hear it all together with all the parts. Okay, so that's your line. And if there's bits that you think I didn't quite get that, please feel free to rewind the stream. You can watch it live now. It'll be about 10-15 minutes before we sing it all together, and then you can just skip forward and you can skip over the altos, tenors, and basses and join us at the end for the full performance. Okay, everyone, let's have a look at the alto line. Honestly, this is one of the most sublime bits of harmonic writing ever. And one of the things I love about it is that he uses the low register of your voices, particularly sopranos, altos, and basses. Tenors, you get a lot of the tune, but, you know, I think he was a tenor. You can often tell what voice part the composers wrote, or had, I should say. So altos, you start on that note there. It's nice and rich. Not too loud, as we can see here. It's pianissimo. And make sure it's I sat down. I sat down. Okay, almost like you've got a sort of slightly fake Italian accent. I sat down. Okay, so if I sing it for you, we're going to do the first 5 bars, and it goes. I sat down. Sat down. Sing with me, and I sat down. Sat down. Great, and that is down at my pitch. That is quite low. That's a bottom G. We then go up here, and you then take over the melody line. You actually sing above the sopranos at this point. We sing, I sat down under his shadow with great delight. You get the tune, altos. When did that last happen? Okay, I sat down with E, and 1, 2. I sat down under his shadow with great delight. Fab. Remember, as I said to everybody else, with great delight. Enjoy the feel of those words. And note here, you are singing whilst everyone else is holding, so bring your part out there. Under his shadow, shadow. Lots and lots of lovely consonants there. So we've just finished great delight, and then from that note we start and we sing quietly, with great delight. With me, with great delight. Fab. Now you're not going to hold very long on delight. You go straight on, okay, pretty much. So you take a breath, and we then sing, and his flute was sweet to my taste. And that's another 5 beat note, same as we had to sing at the start. All right, so let's sing that together. And his fruit here. And 1. And his fruit was sweet to my taste. Excellent job. When you get onto sweet, and those notes are changing, again, you and the basses are the only parts that move at that point. Enjoy the sensation of those notes moving. It's a lovely bit of harmonic writing at this. Really beautiful harmony. Okay. So we've landed there on the note at bar 15 on taste. We hold that for 5 strong beats, and then we sing he brought me. So your he brought me is he brought me with me, and 1. He brought me. Now if you can roll your R's on brought, then I'd really appreciate that. So one more time, and 1. He brought me. Okay, we then go up the octave. See what I mean about him using your full range? He then takes you up to a B, and then he brought me to the banqueting house with me, and he brought me to the banqueting house. Fabulous job. Okay, so let's go from he brought me, and 1. He brought me to the banqueting house. Excellent. And then this is the really loud bit of the piece for you. We sing, and his banner over me, his banner over me was love, was love. And that last note lasts again for a count of 11. Okay, so let's just look at that one more time. Where were we? His banner, just that last note at the bottom of page 2. Okay, starting there. Okay, so it is his banner over me was love, was love. Okay, so let's sing, altos. Let's go back to He Brought Me, okay, which is at the top of page 2. Ready? After 1 and 1. He brought me to the banqueting house, and his banner over me, his banner over me was love, was love. Fab. Okay, so that's your line there, altos. Again, if you want to practice that along with me and come and join us in probably about 10 minutes for a sing through, you're very welcome to. Or if you want to come and sing tenor as well, that'd be great. So tenors, great to see you. How are you all? Marvellous. Thanks for that. So you get some lovely melodies here. All right, the basses, they'll be on in a minute, and they get to sing, well, they get to sing really low, which is what basses really like to do, but you get to sing this beautiful lyrical melody. Okay, and so your line, so the basses and altos and sopranos, they set the scene for you. They go, I sat, and you sing, I sat down under his shadow with great delight. Isn't that a great tune? Okay, with me, I sat down. So let's let the chords settle first. 1, 2, deep breath, and I sat down under his shadow with great delight. Fab. And just as I said to everybody, great delight. Really enjoy that. It's a nice line. Then, starting that, now, instantly you get quieter, okay, because the altos get the tune, as we've already discussed. But then you sing, under his shadow with great delight. Okay, so it starts on the D. So here, please, tenors, 1, 2, under his shadow with great delight. Okay, so you hold the note on shadow for a count of 3. Shadow with great delight with me, and shadow with great delight. Excellent. Then we sing with great delight and with great delight. That's one of my favourite bits. It's so beautiful. Okay, then we take things on, take it up to the next level. It gets slightly louder. Okay, we go up the arpeggio here, tenors, and his fruit, and we sing from here after 1 rather, and 1. And his fruit was sweet to my taste. Let's do that together again, tenors, and his fruit, and 1. And his fruit was sweet to my taste. Keep it there, 1. Taste. There it is. So to my taste. Good stuff. And let yourself get quieter there and bring this off in time to then sing the next bit of tune, which is He Brought Me to the Banqueting House. Again, you get the tune here, tenors, and just enjoy it. It is He brought me to the banqueting house. Sing that for me. And He brought me to the banqueting house. Excellent. And don't rush here. All right, even though the tempo seems to be moving quite quickly, when we sing it all together at the end, you'll hear it's actually really quite slow. So one more time, really, really enjoy it and take your time. And He brought me to the banqueting house. Good. Then you get to go up to your upper register here, tenors. We sing to the banqueting house and to the banqueting house. Fabulous. So let's go back. He brought me in your lower register and then up to the upper. Ready? And He brought me to the banqueting house, to the banqueting house. And then the real heart of the song. And His banner over me. Let's hear that again. And His banner over me. With me, everybody. And His banner over me. And then we go back to that note and we sing. His banner over me was love, was love. And that is the nicest thing anybody has to sing in the entire work. All right, tenors, I will share that with you. It's so lovely. So let's go back to And His Banner. Okay, here on that second page, after 2, 1, 2, and His banner over me, His banner over me was love, was love. Excellent. Let's just sing into that because there's one last little bit of tune and you have the most complicated part here, tenors. Let's go back to He Brought Me to the Banqueting House at the top of page 2. Ready? 1, 2. He brought me to the banqueting house, to the banqueting house, and His banner over me, His banner over me was love, was love. And then you get to sing, I sat down under His shadow, which is the very last thing anybody sings. So just that last bit, please, tenors. And 1. I sat down under His shadow. Oh, it's just the best line. It really is. Well, it's almost the best line because I've saved the best for last. Speaking as a bass, I love this bass line. Thanks for your patience, basses. So most of this is together. We just have a couple of moments where the firsts are either in octaves or in fifths. So the first note, if you're a second bass, well, this is what you were made for. I sat down, sat down. Okay. Let's all have a sing of that. Any ladies who fancy singing down there? Any lady altos? Let's give it a go. And 1, 2. I sat down, sat down. Brill. First basis, it's the same except you start on the upper E. I sat down, sat down. This reminds me I haven't had to drink in about half an hour. Goodness me, it's getting busy. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. You're all having a nice chat. Good. Hello, Maggie. Hello, Rona. Fabulous. Excellent. Right, well, anyway, basses. So let's have firsts and seconds together. Ready? And I sat down. Brill. And then we climb from their basses. Together we sing under his shadow. Again, just supporting the rest of the choir. Don't over-sing. So let's sing under and under his shadow. And then very quietly we sing with great delight and with great delight. And just as I said to everybody, their basses, delight. Use your tongue to really just enjoy the feeling of those words. Okay, so we're on a B. Our next note is a D, which is a third away, and then back to the B. We sing, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. Okay, not a very complicated bass line, but really important. So back to and his fruit, and one, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. Brilliant. And then we stay on that note for a few more notes. We sing, he brought me, with me, and one, he brought me. Then the bottom line of page 2, we get a little bit of excitement here, basses, okay, just a bit, and then we're back down to the low notes again. We sing, to the banqueting house, sing that with me, and to the banqueting house, one more time, and to the banqueting house. And then some real fire from you basses. We sing, and his banner over me. With me, and his banner over me. And make over me nice and lyrical and nice and smooth. One more time. In fact, let's go from to the banqueting house. Ready? And to the banqueting house, and his banner over me. And then this is really beautiful. We jump up here, and there's a clash then with the tenors. We sing, his banner over me was love. Okay, and one more time. His banner, starting there, and his banner over me was love. Was love for the first basses, or was love for the second basses. New then us hold that to the end. Okay, so let's go back to his banner. His banner. Notice the notes on his and ban are the same. His banner. Okay, 1, 2. His banner over me was love. Was love. There we are. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, basses, for your hard work. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. It is now time to sing it through, so I'm going to take over the screen again. Hope you've all got your scores. I'm not going to scroll along. If you just want to listen and then download your own score, print it out, sing it along later on, that's the beauty of this. But I multi-track myself singing this, and for those who weren't here at the start, I've got a new piece of software which does allow me to put my voice up an octave and not have it sound too chipmunky. I hope it works. So this is I Sat Down. I'm going to give you the notes on the recording. This is all developing. It's all I'm learning, you see. and then we'll sing this all together. If you've never heard it, after you've enjoyed this, go and hear a real choir singing it, all right? Go and listen to St John's, Cambridge, or Westminster Abbey, or one of the amazing choirs, because it is absolutely beautiful. Bairstow's music is really underappreciated, and I've always loved this piece. So thank you so much for joining me today. Let's have a sing through, and then I'll see you tomorrow for our sing-song day. Okay, here we go. Here are your notes. And I sat down under his shadow with saints till dawn. Under his shadow with grace delight. With grace delight. And his foot was sweet to my taste. He brought me to the banqueting house. He brought me to the banqueting house. And his banner over me, his banner over me was love. Was love. I sat down under his shadow. Thank you, everybody. Oh, I'm so glad that worked. It's honestly one of my favourite pieces. I learned that when I was 17 and a member of the church chorus. The first time I really got to use my bottom notes. And I was just thinking all week, what can I do with Quarantine Chorus that isn't a great big choral work, and this just, it seemed like the perfect fit. I hope you've enjoyed it. Something different. Yeah, we do try and keep things varied and interesting here on the Quarantine Choir broadcast. So I will see you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, for something completely different. Some Gershwin, some music hall, and a fun sing to end the week. Join me on Sunday, though, if you want to hear that again, if you want to sing along with us. We'll be singing some beautiful sacred music, including that, Donna Nobis Pacem, Be Still My Soul, and more. Those of you in the Larks, I'll see you tonight, 7:30 p.m. I'll send an email out as agreed, so you can pop up on that broadcast. If you want to be in the Larks, send me an email. I can send you all the details. It is an online choir that when we do meet face to face, whenever lockdown lifts, we will continue to broadcast online, so you can continue to be a member even if you don't live anywhere near the southwest of the UK. Look, everybody, have a great day. If the weather's not good where you are, well, it'll soon clear up. And just thanks again for joining me, and take care all. See you soon. Bye bye.